We are coming for you here today. It is a Friday here, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, evening. I am Zach from the Too Legit Show, and today we have a very, very, very special guest, one of the coolest and most interesting guys in MMA, I personally think. He's fighting on the 2nd of April for iKon Fighting Federation number 6. He is the one and only Brok Chatatuska Weaver. How are you, my man?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. And in my opinion, I'm the most marketable guy in the market,
There you go.
And they let me go, man. But I think it's gonna juice it up even more.
Exactly, and I've got to start. I saw something crazy whilst I was looking you up and everything, and I need you to confirm this is true because if it's not, I'm going to look like a bit of an idiot. Is it true that your cousin boxed Roy Jones Jr. 6 times in the amateurs?
Yeah, he's my cousin, but he's actually my stepdad's cousin, which my stepdad raised me, and he I called him uncle because they were best friends. They were like brothers. So me and my brothers, he grew up like an uncle over us. He was 12-0 undefeated. No, 10-0 pro undefeated pro boxer. He had over 80 something amateur matches, and 6 of those was with Roy Jones Jr. And that's what got me in a good relationship with Roy. And I send my kids all the time to Roy's, man, train. I got 2 or 3 guys there training with him now on his farm, and he's been a big help, a big help in my career. You know, even on the Dana White Contender Series, Roy texted Dana that night and was like, "Look, you need to be watching out for Brok Weaver. You know, he's gonna be a big star in the sport." And man, Roy used to come to Alabama to the reservation all the time. I didn't really say what but he used to come all the time, and they actually boxed on our reservation 6 times, and my cousin slash uncle won 4 of the 6 times. And Roy will still say today, he said, "Your uncle it hit me the hardest I've ever been hit in my whole career, still." And he's like, he has a chin made of steel. He said he would never stop coming forward.
Even off that Tyson fight,
Huh?
even off that Tyson fight, your guy, he's still the hardest hitter.
That's what he said. I mean, I ain't talked to him about it after the Tyson fight. I text him every now and then, and I wished him good luck. And then I told him, hey man, you fought a smart fight. You fought a fight. You had to do what you had to do to not get knocked out, because Tyson was swinging to kill you. You had to clinch him every time he come in. You used a really good IQ, and he takes me back. Thanks brother. And it is what it is.
Exactly, and obviously your foundations of boxing, you transition into MMA. One of the few people that are a Native American in the sport, especially when you were in the UFC, and being a Native American, has that posed any challenges for you across your career?
Yeah, I think just always being the Indian guy or anything, we're overlooked. That could be why, we're big underdogs. People don't really even in basketball and football, I mean, you don't really hear of any natives, and I think the reason you don't hear is because they get overlooked so much, and then they get tired of getting overlooked and getting counted out, and the talent, is there, but everybody, wants to go with a bigger, stronger athlete, or, nothing against white people, but they want to go, with a nice white quarterback or a big, strong black guy or something. And natives just kind of always been in the middle, I think, in the middle of the races. And I definitely think we've always been overlooked, man. And people, a lot of people, man, don't even know that Native Americans are still alive. I mean, if you can look it up on Google, literally 90% of our population is wiped out. There's like 10. I'm part of the 10% that's still in the world, and everybody's kind of on a reservation around the United States and Canada. So yeah.
And obviously you can't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people see face value, they're different in person. I mean, what surprises people about you the most?
Surprises people about me and the fight game?
Just in general, could be fighting or in your personal life.
Oh, yeah, and I've heard a couple of my friends that grew up with me. and we're like a wolf pack, man. I got like 15 boys, Moab Choctaws on the reservation in Alabama, and we grew up, man. They were always like, I was always kind of the least expected, the least of the athletic, but I had charisma. You know, I had a personality. You know, at the parties, it wasn't like I was trying to be so much standout, but if you want to say it in a cocky way, I was the life of the party. You know, everybody wanted to be around me. Everybody wanted to hear me talk. I wanted to, you know, I brung the energy. I brung the hype to wherever it was, you know, and everybody kind of felt that and vibed off of it and you know, and shared the energy and definitely coming into my career, you know, I'm a showsman, man. I do what I do for the crowd to be seen. That's what it, you know, I've said it plenty of times. It's like I'm making my own movie out there. You know, my favorite part about the whole fight is getting my hand raised, and my second favorite part about the whole fight is my walkout. You know, I want an epic walkout every time. You know, and weigh-ins. You know, I'm gonna paint my face, and I'm gonna talk junk. I'm gonna start a fight with everybody because I don't want to be your friend until after. And after, it's not. You know, it's all business. You know, but the part of my business is I'm gonna start a fight with you. I'm gonna paint my face, and I'm gonna try to kill you. You know, in there, and it is what it is. And you know, a lot. What really got me a lot of hype was in the Dana White Contender Series. Was my interview. You know, the fight was good. It was a hard fight. It was a close fight, but the interview, you know, everything is premeditated. I've always wanted to be an actor. I definitely see, you know, getting in later age, and I've done acted in one movie. I got like a 2-minute part in the Amazon Prime movie called Gun Down, and so I'm trying to take this personality, man, as far as I can go. My grandpa's a big WWE fan, pro wrestling fan, it would be great to do something like that one day. You know, if fighting if say I went on a complete losing streak from right now, and iKon just couldn't bounce back and get back in the UFC. You know, I definitely want to take my personality and my charisma and my energy and my hype and go somewhere else with it, you know, because I've heard a lot of people say, man, we just love to hear you talk, you know, you're a good guy, you know, blah, blah, blah. We thought you were a bad guy, you know, but it's all an act, you know. I'm tough. Yeah. You know, I'm skilled, but at the end of the day, man, it like Khabib and you know, and Connor said to Khabib, you know, it's just business, man. And you just got to be really good at it. And, you know, I think these days you can be a good fighter, you know, but you got to be a great actor if you want to get rich. You know, you can make some money off them fights and you can make your bonuses and stuff. But if you want to be rich, man, you know, do what Conor McGregor did. He come in, he talked that junk, he backed it up a little bit as much as he could. And now the man's filthy rich, you know. And the only reason he's fighting is because he's bored, you know.
Exactly. Well, if you were to transition to the WWE, what would your finishing move be?
Tommy Hawk.
From the top rope.
From the top rope.
That would be, I mean, that'd be pretty cool to
coming
see.
Down like
that's brutal. That's knocking people out.
Yeah. I'm going in bold. I'm gonna have 2 or 3 bold moves. I already, you know, I've already thought this stuff out and premeditated it also, you know. And everything is premeditated, man. You know, and people just freestyle, you know. If you wanted to be good, you premeditate it and you go over in your head a couple of times. And then when the adrenaline's in there, you just let it speak.
And you certainly got a lot of charisma. And I think I can see that certainly in, you know, the great hairstyles that you've had. And I saw you post on your Instagram, you used to have a blue mohawk, which was pretty cool. So what's been your most favorite hairstyle that you've ever had?
My favorite hairstyle. Probably my braids, man. I miss my hair, man. My long hair. I miss my hair, man. I love it. It was a headache in training. It was hard always times, always having to have it braided and keep it out of my face and suffocating. And I can move my head so much better now without my hair. It felt like 3 pounds was on my head. But man, I loved getting them more braids in, man, and looking, you know, real tribal. But yeah, I've always been a fan of the Hawks too, man. You know, I got a Hawk now, you know,
yeah,
kind of.
You're just looking fresh, man. It's better than my hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
I was wearing a hat. I just got a haircut today.
I'm jealous, man. But yeah, that I mean, the hair was cool. I mean, your hair's cool now. Is it true what they say? I mean, a lot of sports personalities say that the power comes within the hair.
And yeah, I really think it does. You gotta look good to fight good. And if you got a fresh haircut, or you vibing with your long hair and you braid it up and you got a little fade on the side, you going out there. Like I said, I'm a showsman, man. So I ain't gonna go out there with no fresh haircut. I'm going out there to look good. I'm going out there to put on for the crowd. I'm going out there to be that star. And I felt like I had a rough start in the UFC, man.
Hmm.
No excuses. COVID happened. I couldn't stop that. It took the fans away from me. That arena was dead. And I took some last minute fights and lost a lot of weight in that second fight. And then that third fight, I trained for a 5'9" guy for 8 weeks, a wrestler, and Camacho. And then on 2-day notice, got switched to Jalen. But like I said, it was COVID. I couldn't change that. I was broke. I had to fight. And things happened, man. And it got to me mentally. I didn't really want to be there. It wasn't fun. My debut now in New Mexico with all them tribes there, that was like I always dreamed and more. That walkout, that energy, that even that how the fight was going until I got a legal need, I was just so calm in there, and okay, people was like, oh, you was getting whooped, and before I'm like, okay, I was losing 3.5 minutes of a 15-minute fight, maybe. I mean, if you want to say I was losing, I got took down one time, got up, and then went for Kimura, sweep Kimura. So he didn't take me down the second time. Then I went for a guillotine, and I had it. He grabbed the inside of my glove, and I was getting ready to get up again because he was gassing, and then the illegal knee happened. So to me, I was winning the fight because he was in more trouble than I ever was in that guillotine in the fight. And, I have suffered a bad concussion from it, but, everything happens for a reason or it wouldn't happen, and it is what it is, man. I'll get back. I'll be back in there and I'll have a better run the next time.
Exactly, and you actually had a really like unique path to the UFC, and I don't think a lot of other fighters can say they had the path that you had, and especially you were fighting in bare knuckle. And with all that being said, you're past the Contender Series. Do you think that aids your chances of getting another shot into the UFC because you have taken such an abnormal path to begin with?
What you mean?
So because you had quite a crazy path to the UFC in the first run, do you think that benefits your chances of getting there through like a normal winning streak again?
No, because they just released me a couple weeks ago, and they usually, if they're going to release somebody, they'll release them the week of after their loss. Like JDS and them. They lost, and boom, Alistair lost, and within a week later they were released. Well, I just got my last fight was in September, and they kept telling me I wasn't released. They literally, Sean Shelby kept telling my manager he was going to get me a fight in 2021. So I thought I was good. And then, he hit him back and said they had to release a lot of people, and they had to release everybody was on a two fight losing streak. And my manager was Abraham Kyle from first round. And, Brok was going through this. He was going through, marital problems. He was trying to move down to here to South Florida and get ATT full time and this and that. And his grandpa was sick and Sean had to stop him on the phone. He was like, look, man, you don't have to sell us Brok. We love Brok here in the UFC. We love him. We just need him winning, Tell him to go in the regional scene and get some wins and we'll bring him back, I mean, you can't really go by that. They could just say that. But I feel like it'll be easier for me to get back in there than probably anybody else that got, because I'm marketable. And if I can get some good wins on iKon, main event, and Fight Pass, get probably 2, maybe 3 before the end of the year, talk some hella junk on the interviews, and Dana loves me, man. He really does. I think he really likes me, and I can get my job back, man. If I can just win these fights, and I can win and it can't be close. I think I do have to dominate these fights. If these fights are close, then it might take 5 or 6 fights. But if I can get some good domination wins, man, I say 2 or 3, mostly 3, maybe 2, and I'm back in there. Bam.
Well, exactly. And you're with a good promotion now, iKon. You mentioned you're the main event, which is pretty cool. And your opponent is Mexican. So you're going into Mexico, fighting, you could say like in his backyard. So win over a guy like that on the main event, that surely puts you in a pretty good position, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. iKon is like the new Island Fights, and I was Island Fights veteran. I fought 30, 40 fights, amateur and pro form, and so to be headlined here, and I mean on there in Mexico. Mexico is actually in Sinaloa. I can't always pronounce that, but
I don't know.
yeah, it's pretty much ran by the cartel. Super dangerous. One of the probably third most dangerous cities in the world, other than Syria and Afghanistan. And I'm a main event against one of the probably hometown guys. And I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna start a fight. And if I don't get shot and I make it back, I got a hell of a story to tell.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not, egging you on for that. But if you come back on the show with a cool story like that, that'd be pretty amazing.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm gonna have a cool story. If I make it back alive, it's gonna be a cool story.
well, I hope you will, man. And being cheeky to ask, would you be able to give me a prediction for your upcoming fight?
I'm always going for the knockout. The fight starts standing. My background, like you said, is boxing. So I'm definitely going for the knockout. I want to show improvement. My last 2 fights, I just wasn't there, man. And I don't know what it was, but I could not see in the fights. It was like my vision it's like I put on somebody else's glasses. You kind of, it's like foggy. I don't know what was wrong in the back warming up. It was like both. At first, the second fight, I thought it was losing 30 pounds in 5 days, dehydration. I thought that was making me see like that against Roosevelt. I couldn't see his punches coming. I mean, they were fast, but I'm a guy I'm a counter fighter. I'm gonna slip and move my head and counter you. And that's what I've always did. And that's how I made it to where I made it, and then those 2, and then against Jalen, I just could not see, man. And I mean, he's fast and he hits hard, but I could not. It was just like I was almost just blurred out, man. So and everybody's like, we want to see you move your head, blah blah blah. Well, I'm looking to show improvement here, man. I'm in great shape. I've been here for 9 weeks. I ain't went home. I'm staying in the dorm here at American Top Team, and I'm training 2 or 3 times a day, and I'm finally winning rounds against the best guys in the world, and I'm building a lot of confidence, and I want to show. I don't want to go out there and just crush this guy right off the rip. I kind of want to, take it a little slow maybe and fill him out and show some super improvements, man. Look good and just open up a can of whoop ass, man, for real. So like, but don't get surprised though if I don't, take him down too. If he tries to take me down, I feel that I'm very strong, much strong. I know I'm the bigger guy. He's like 5'7". He probably don't cut much weight to make it a 55. I heard he used to fight at 45 too. So if he clinches and I feel that he's a lot of weaker guy, I'll take him down to submit him, man, or ground and pound him out. But like I said, the fight starts standing. I'm a boxer, and don't be surprised if you don't catch a Conor McGregor pull left on him.
I'm excited to see that, and obviously, as you mentioned, you've got a lot of great attributes: striking, your foundations, the boxing. But I want to know what's better if you've got to pick one: your striking game or your archery game.
My striking game definitely better than my archery game. I'm rusty. I'm rusty on the bow, man, because I've been here a lot. I've been here training, and I haven't even got to hunt this. I haven't even got to hunt this season. I had my hound dogs. I had them in training camp while I've been down here, and I done run out of money, so they're back at home now, and I coon hunt and stuff. But I haven't got to hunt deer this season, man, and that's that sucks, and when you don't shoot the bow for a while, you do lose your sight on it. So it's anything. You don't do anything, you don't practice it, you will lose it, but it won't take long to get it back, so I could go home and in a week or two, I could get that back and spike something.
And one other interesting like hobby or thing you have in your personal life outside of fighting is your clothing brand, which is really cool. And there's a lot of nice stuff on there. And what was the process behind starting that up?
Man, just different artists sending me different just randomly drawing cool pictures, man, of me and stuff, and sending it to me, man, and just needing extra, and some dude was like, man, you need to actually my little brother, he kind of runs my social media, he's my marketer, Philip Reed. And he was like, you should take this and make a website, man, and make extra money, and you have some cool designs that these artists have sent you. We could throw these on shirts and hats and stuff like that. And I don't know nothing about how creating a website, but he did. He went to school for marketing and stuff, so he helped me out with that. And now I have my cousin Blake Reed. He runs pretty much my website, and yeah, it helps out a little bit a week, man. And if it ain't 50, if it ain't 100, every now and then it's $20, but everything helps every week, man. So it's pretty cool, and I appreciate all the artists that have pitched in and made some cool art of me. Things that I'll always remember, and pictures I'll always try to keep, shirts too. And one day when I have kids, shout out to us, come out.
You have to, you have to pass out the t-shirts, the hoodies around American Top Team. Definitely get everyone to start wearing them.
Yeah. It's people around here, they all trying to start their own thing too.
Yeah. But how is the vibe over there in American Top Team? Like the team, obviously it's a great team, lots of coaches of the years, fighters of the years. How is the atmosphere training there, and how does that compare to other places that you've trained?
I've trained at a couple different high level gyms, but here, man, like you said, you have probably 8 different kind of coaches, high level coaches, and when you come in, they kind of they're actually not letting anybody in now unless they're in the UFC, Bellator, one, bare knuckle, or PFL. So everybody you step on the mat with is the top level, and different, just different level, and you're not going with any amateurs. You're not everybody you're going with is challenging you every round, every second. And when you first come here, I mean, like I said, the first 6 months you're just getting beat up. And those last 2 fights, I was here training, but I was just getting beat up in training, man. Losing rounds. And when you go in the fight, that kind of will get with you in the mentally too. Definitely when you don't even feel like the atmosphere in the UFC is fun. You're just like, man, dang, I didn't beat nobody at American Top Team even one round. How am I going to beat this guy in here? And it makes a little bit of doubt can sink a ship. And it all plays part, man. But now, like I said, I haven't fought in 6 months, man. And I buried myself in this dorm, and I'm finally winning rounds, and I'm finally seeing an improvement, and I'm finally going with the best in the world, and gaining confidence. So, like I said, everything happens for a reason. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to get that last fight, and maybe come out and go to the regional scene, fight a little lower level opponents, show improvement, get my confidence and my mojo back, and come. I told him, if I got to go back on the Contender Series, I go back on the Contender Series and give them another hell of a show.
Yeah, and I must say, so that's pretty cool to hear. And I have to say, like, you are a pretty interesting guy, as you said. You've got the charisma, you can talk, you've got everything. And I want to know, let's say I'm flying out after you fight, your post win. If I come to see you in Alabama and spend the day with you, what's the first thing that you're going to show me and teach me about your way of life and your culture?
First thing I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna let you meet all my dogs, and then go play basketball or meet the boys, meet the wolf pack, man. And then we'll go coon hunting at night. I'll take you down through the Alabama swamps. Put a headlight on your head, and if you don't like woods, it'll blow your mind.
I think a bit out of place there with a British accent.
Yeah, you definitely would. I wouldn't go on the reservation unless you was with somebody you knew from the reservation.
Yeah.
They ain't nice there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get boxed up by your cousin there, your uncle.
He's actually a police officer.
Oh well, yeah. I'm gonna try not to do anything wrong then. That's for sure. No, no instigating fights. I got you.
Yeah, he's a police officer on the reservation. He'll pull you over too quick.
There you go. And I've got to ask final question. I mean, you're a warrior in fighting. Now, if you were a gladiator in the Colosseum for Rome, what would your weapon of choice be?
Uh, it's probably a mid-range sword, not a long sword, but a mid-range sword. Light, so because I like to be, I want to be agile with it and quick, and just one maybe like 2.5, 3 foot long, and yeah, I think that could be, or a big dagger, a big machete. Geronimo, he uh he actually got captured on my reservation back when he was alive back in the day, and we have his dagger that he had scalped like 90 settlers with, man, and it's a cool long uh machete type dagger, rusty, and was very sharp, and we have that's like our prized artifact in our museum.
You was
So either that
on
dagger,
your bow and arrow
Geronimo's dagger, or a mid-range light sword.
with no bow and arrow. No, put the archery skills into practice.
Well, if I ran out of arrows, what's gonna happen?
That is true, man. You got to keep them at long range. If you never know if a
I,
lion comes out, you might need close up combat.
exactly. If I could choose to have my knife or my sword and a bow, then yes, But if I had to choose one, I would choose something that didn't have ammo that ran out.
But there you go. You've heard it, and I've got to ask Brok. If you've got anything to shout out, then the floor is yours.
Just I always want to shout out, like I said, my supplement company, Blackson, Sam, and his British accent, mate, and AMF. They're making my shirt, my shorts, and my banner. All that stands for always moving forward. Kobe Bridges, the co-founder of that. Want to just give a shout out to all the Mowas, all the tribes out there in the world, the nation, and Canada, everybody that supported me, and y'all just keep on believing in me. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna make everything right, and this next run will be one for the money. So